I did Where Have I Been? I didn't answer the question, but I'm back. I'm back, baby. So if you see me looking over here, it's because this. What kind of spirit was that? Happy New Year! 2019, baby! Gang signs. You have come back to Hispace 2. What? Give yourself a round of applause. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to say thank you so much for all your support for Hispace 1. I was honestly not even expecting it. In fact, it was a bit overwhelming, all of the encouragement and support I got. I mean, I know to some people it may not be anything, but to me, it just was wow. You know, because sometimes when you have an idea in your head and it's been there for a long time and you finally get started, it's just been amazing. It just, thank you so much. Right, let's get on with it. I've got some notes here on my little post-it note because I don't want to ramble too much. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the research and the planning. So I'm going to start with books, and the first book I want to talk about is How to Be an Artist Without Losing Your Mind, Your Shirt or Your Creative Compass, a Practical Guide by Joanna, by this lady. Okay. Wow, this book, yeah, the title explains itself, but it's really good. Coming from someone who doesn't really like to read, but feels like it's good for her, so she reads, and doesn't really like enormous books because she has a short attention span. If you're like that, read this. I also thought this book was going to be for artists, like people that paint and stuff, that kind of art, but it genuinely was just for creative people, creative artists. If you are a creative person and you want to venture into living off of your creativity, this is like the perfect handbook. Second book I read. Some of these books that I'm talking about are not necessarily, they don't necessarily go with what I'm doing, but they're just really good books to read and they have influenced my project already. All these books are really self-help books because I need help and I'm self. Today Matters, amazing book. I've read it a few times actually. Just great practical tips on being productive and using your 24 hours for good. A podcast I found, Hillsong Creative Podcast, that was amazing. I feel like it's just been inspirational because it's just encouraged me to pursue what I feel like God's called me to do in this project, and it was just really helpful. There's loads and loads and loads and loads of other self-help YouTubers that I watch that help me daily stick to my creative goal. Also, I found another thing that's been good research, watching interviews of successful people, and just seeing how they have done it. Oh, TED Talks too. I love me some TED Talks. Literally anything that's self-help, anything that's encouraging, anything that will make you want to get up and do it. I'm a procrastinator, so I need all the help I can get, as well as like scriptures. Proverbs have been amazing actually in just motivating you and encouraging you to get up and go, and just other conversations of people that have been given a dream by God and that have actually executed. One of my goals for this year is to use every resource, and I'm genuinely already using every resource just by talking to the people that are in my vicinity. So that's been great. So that's been research. I honestly do believe that I'm never going to stop researching. Even when I begin my project, I'm never going to stop. So I'll keep you guys in the loop if I find something else.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Look, the moon. Okay, this is, nope, go on, oh gosh. Wait. Can you see the moon? What? That's so cool. That is so cool. So, plan. How's I plan for this project? Well, first of all, I started with writing my project in the middle, just doing a spider diagram. Oh, you're not allowed to say that anymore. What are you supposed to say? Like, brain fart. You wanna I don't know what it is. Something like that. I just branched off and whatever came to mind, I wrote it down, which really helped, because you can sometimes have all these ideas in your head, but it's not until you put it down somewhere it begins to take shape. I also did a storyboard of images that made me think about the project. When I first got this project, God was like, okay, I need you to find an image. So I found some images and just put them up here. It really helped me when I was coming back to it, because I was like, okay, oh yeah, I remember from my spider diagram. I'm just gonna call it spider diagram because I cannot, okay? I got a few headings and then I made subheadings. I eventually will share the project with you guys, just not yet. After that, I decided that I could do, what do I need? What do I need to birth this project? I wrote down all the things I need, all the resources that I will need, all of the things that possibly will cost money, and transport, and the team, the kind of team I would need to make this project come to life. Which really helped actually. This really helped me see, okay, cool, this is who I need to contact and this is what I need to make this project good. When I first got the project, I was like, okay, cool, when, God? And he gave me this specific date. So if I can be honest, I should have started it a long time ago. I'm not gonna guilt myself into that. I'm just gonna say that's what happened and deal with the fact that I can actually make a change today. The date is really close. In my head, to get everything done, I'm like, it's only by the grace of God, because that's the only way this can actually happen, because the date is just really close. And then I wrote down how. Like, how are we gonna make this happen? How am I gonna actually make this project come to life? So I set deadline. And yeah, so that's like the next stages of it. That's my plan. That's kind of how I see it going. Hopefully that made sense. But yeah, this is really going to be a test of faith, because there's a lot of things to do. As I'm planning, there's just more things. I feel like as I even begin, there's just going to be more things. But it's also really exciting because everything is kind of taking a little bit of shape. I just can't wait to share the rest of the process with you. I hope that this video has inspired you, has given you some tips that you can use to live out your dream, do you know what I mean? Live out your God-given dream. That, listen, if this is the catchphrase of the video, if I can do it, anyone can do it. Well, that thing cut me off. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Hispace 2. If you have no idea what this is about, go and watch Hispace 1. It will make a lot more sense.